What have we here? A successful day one, would you believe? Something I haven't been able to do for a fucking long time. I'm really proud of myself, guys. First and foremost, we are officially at 9 o'clock in the morning on day two. Day 2 of 90 of me quitting alcohol again. And, you know, hopefully this time being successful. I'm simply not willing to put any pressure on myself because it hasn't worked in the past. You know, that strategy may seem foolproof, right? Put the most amount of pressure on yourself, create the most amount of negative circumstances if you fail at this thing. But that just simply doesn't work for me because you know what? Nothing external is ever going to change what I feel in here and what I know I need to do, right? So these circumstances just don't hold any weight, you know what I mean? Because it's up to me. It's up to me, and I can't hinge this challenge or this choice on anything else. It's just got to be up to me. It's got to be a day-to-day thing. I'm certainly not looking too far into the future, but hey, geez, that was a bit of a ramble. I didn't expect that to come out, honestly. In fact, I've woken up this morning and got the kids to school and daycare. I've woken up with a fucking roaring, not hangover, but headache, unfortunately. So I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? I didn't drink last night, and I've got more of a headache today than I've ever had in the last few weeks. I don't know what that means. I did get up during the night and I went to the toilet probably 2 or 3 times. So I am, you know, effectively dehydrated. I don't normally get up during the night after drinking alcohol. I feel like the reason for that is twofold. The first is that alcohol is dehydrating, right? It does make you go to the toilet initially, but if you do drink something like 15 standard drinks and you go to the toilet maybe 4 or 5 times during those, by the end, the colour of your piss, and I'm just going to go straight into this, the colour of your piss is like hazard, no, it's like, what is the word? It's a very dark shade of yellow, right? And so it doesn't actually matter how much water I drink before going to bed. Once I'm in that dehydrated state due to drinking all that alcohol before going to bed, I feel like that water that I take in is just putting a band-aid on the amount of dehydration that I've already experienced, right? So I am dehydrated as shit when I wake up. I'm dehydrated before I go to bed, but I'm crazy dehydrated in the morning. And what that leads me to do is not go to the toilet during the night and enter into my hangover mitigation phase, which is drinking 2 litres of water every single morning in the shower whilst I collect myself and crack on for the day. So I've done the same thing this morning. I feel like that's going to be important. I feel like hydration is huge. I feel like getting some form of physical exercise every day is going to be huge. And so those 2 things are what I'm focusing on today. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have a roof over my head and some days off during the week so I can focus on my sobriety. Because if I had to go to work this morning, I'd be thinking of a drink already. And I know that is a cop-out, and I know that's just being irresponsible as an adult, I suppose, but that's the mindset you get in as an addict, right? So I'm not going to kick myself for having days off. I'm not going to feel guilty for having days off. I'm going to try and make the most of these, and that begins with not drinking any alcohol. So here we are, day 2. I've had 2 litres of water. I've had a pretty bad headache off and on during the morning. It seems to have subsided now, and I am going to go for a walk. So I guess what I want to say is that, you know, I've got to switch my mindset from looking at the negative things, looking at how I've let myself down day after day, week after week, how I haven't fulfilled my hopes and dreams, how much money I've spent, all these negative things, these negative consequences, negative effects from drinking so much alcohol. I really need to just try to forget about them and just focus on the positive, because focusing on the negative creates anxiety. And I want to live in the now. I want to be happy with where I'm at, you know what I mean? In the now. And I want to be grateful for what I've got in the now. And that starts with a mindset shift. And I am going to be endeavoring to do that, especially throughout the day today. Last night was pretty good. I didn't really have any cravings, to be honest, because I knew that I'd committed to this, and I knew that, look, I just had to do whatever it took. I went to bed at about 8 o'clock, which is way too early, but rolled around, tossed and turned till about 11. I feel like I fell asleep at about 11. Woke up a couple times, like I said. So it wasn't a perfect night's sleep, but am I ever going to get a perfect night's sleep? I don't know. Either way, I think that's enough for now. Like I said, I'm going to go for a walk. I'd be kidding myself if I thought that just sitting around doing fuck all day would help. I feel like not having that responsibility of going to work is going to help, but I also feel like I'd be, I'd be not doing myself any favors if I just sat around and did nothing with that time. So first of all, I'm going to make this video, edit it, put it on the channel, and crack into the day. Crack into the day. That's all you can do. I do have a little bit of back pain at the moment, which is kind of depressing. So it's not going to be a really intense workout or run or anything like that, but a walk is going to do me good. And I'm going to get onto that pretty soon. It's a nice, fresh, crisp winter's day here in Alice Springs, and that's the time of year that I love here. The summer is horrendous. It's 40 degrees Celsius, and I hate it. The winter, 22, 23 degrees Celsius, 2 or 3 degrees Celsius at night, really nice, crisp. I mean, the weather doesn't change, it's just the temperature changes, right? So the weather here for, I'm going to say 95% of the year is a crystal clear blue sky, no clouds, nothing. But to have that and early to mid 20s is just perfect. So that's enough from me. Thank you for the support. Today's date is Tuesday the 18th of July, and day 2. So let's do this.